NFC divisional round. It is the Packers and the Saints. New Orleans coming up to Green Bay. Blizzard rolled through the night before, still lingering in this one. Some talks of whether the game was going to be canceled, but it was not. So the Saints, not only do they have to come up from that nice, warm 65-degree dome, they have to come up sub-20-degree temperatures and snow to take on the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers. The Packers have been like a buzzsaw all season long, except for that one hiccup versus the Los Angeles Chargers. Early on here, first kickoff. Returned, nope, it's a fumble, and I believe that was caused by Reggie Gilbert. Gilbert hit him, and Oren Burks recovered. Not what you wanted to see if you were New Orleans coming into this one. On the return, gets popped, fumbles the football, it goes flying out, and Oren Burks is there to pick it up. 2nd and 10, Aaron Rodgers is sacked by Cameron Jordan. He fumbles the football, recovered by Brian Bulaga. And after that, David Bakhtiari would actually move over to Cam Jordan. That'd be all you hear of Cam Jordan. And then you would hear some Geronimo Allison for the touchdown. Rodgers just flick of the wrist, and Allison able to haul that one in. The Packers take an early 7-0 lead. Out would come Drew Brees, 42 touchdowns to 10 interceptions, just a hair over 4,000 yards on the season. And then here is Jared Cook. He gets the football. He gets knocked out of bounds by Jair Alexander. And Alexander having a nice season so far. And then here is Alvin Kamara. This is a guy that the Packers game planned for. Kenny Clark and Rashawn Gary tried keeping him in check early on, but Kamara was having some early success running the football. 3rd and 2 now, and there is a risky pass by Drew Brees as Blake Martinez knocks that one down. Here comes Lutz out for the kick. It's good. Nope, at the end it just takes a turn to the left, hits off the upright, and the Saints start off this game with a fumble that was recovered, give up a touchdown, and then they miss the field goal. Rodgers then would come back out, finding Geronimo Allison again, picking up the first down. And then it would be Rodgers again. 1st and 10, slinging it to Jimmy Graham, and then Jimmy Graham getting forced down. Packers then would come back, 1st and 10, Rodgers looking here, finding Jamal Williams, playing in place of the injured Aaron Jones. But Garrett Blount would get the majority of the carries in this game. And here's Rodgers again on a 2nd and 10, looks, fires, finds Jay Sternberg. Sternberg battles his way forward, picking up the first down. Rodgers then would roll out here, didn't like anything he sees, he just keeps it himself, rushes it in for the touchdown, and the Packers take a 14-0 lead in the first quarter. There would be Drew Brees coming out, finding Michael Thomas. Thomas misses one man there, then he's off to the races, and Adrian Amos comes in, hit stick, fumble, and now that is 2 fumbles for the New Orleans Saints in the first quarter alone. You cannot have turnovers like that, especially when you're down 14-0 on the road in Lambeau. And now the Saints are just digging themselves an even deeper hole to try to come out of. Thomas was on the run there, and then Amos just comes and pops him, and that ball goes flying. Jimmy Graham with another reception there early on in this game. He gets out of bounds. He's not trying to fumble, trying to keep the Packers moving. 2nd and 7, Rodgers again finds Valdez-Scantling here. Some good blocking from Devontae Adams, and Geronimo Allison, he makes a nice move, and he's brought down at the 22. And then it'd be the Packers again, 2nd and 4, handoff to Jamal Williams. He gets shoved down at around the 6. Nice run there for Jamal Williams. 2 plays later, LeGarrette Blount gets the football, drags one man with him into the end zone, and the Packers go up 21-0. That is 14 points off a turnover. And then after another New Orleans 3 and out, it would be Jamal Williams. He would come up hurt on this play, bruised sternum. he would not return. Rodgers now throwing this one up, and then you already had the bad turnovers, and you can't have penalties like that. I think that one was too far in front of the receiver anyways, and instead next play, like Garrett Blount just walks right into the end zone, and the Packers with 3 rushing touchdowns, second quarter, going up 28-0. The Saints just really only have themselves to blame for this whole. Drew Brees, he would be acquainted with one Rashawn Gary for a good portion of this game, as Gary picking up sack number 1. Brees now finds Ted Ginn Jr. short of the first down, but at least it's positive yardage. 3rd and 2. And there is Rashawn Gary again. He's getting acquainted with one Alvin Kamara. Rashawn Gary all over the place in this game, stuffing the run game, getting to the quarterback, creating havoc. And then here's Jimmy Graham again on a nice drag play there, and Jimmy Graham gets brought down at around the 20. Packers then come back on 2nd and 4. Rodgers handing it off to Dexter Williams, rookie out of Notre Dame, as he breaks one off for a touchdown as he leaps into the end zone. And this is just insane. I don't think anybody saw this coming into this game. Packers up 35-0. We're not even done with the second quarter here. I mean, this is just sort of, the Saints were just shell-shocked. And here's another nice play there by Drew Brees. And Drew Brees and company aren't even playing necessarily all that bad. It's just the defense, those turnovers, those fumbles, and the missed extra point. It just kept piling up on them. But here they are driving right now, and then here is a touchdown for Smith as the Saints get on the board with 38 seconds left in the half. They wouldn't go for 2, they just kicked the PAT. And then Rodgers here finding Devontae Adams, about a 2-minute drill, but then here is another bad penalty. You cannot give a play like that and then grab the face mask, giving them an extra 15 yards on it. Marcus Williams trying to make a play, and it sort of backfires as the next play, the Packers right away, slant to Devontae Adams, touchdown. That is 41 points, 42 after the PAT in the half, 21 points altogether, or 21 points in the second quarter after 21 points in the first quarter. Brutal stuff. And then here is a face mask penalty of the Packers' own by Jair Alexander. Definitely has to clean that sort of stuff up. 1st and 10, Brees finds, I believe that was Ted Ginn Jr. again, or no, that was Smith, excuse me. 2nd and goal, Brees now finding Jared Cook, former Packer, and he gets into the end zone. And the Saints now have scored on back-to-back drives at this point in the game, and the Saints just have to really be wondering, if you don't have those fumbles, you don't have that mixed PAT, you just wonder where this game would have gone for them. Instead, now it's just this sort of insurmountable lead that they're going to have to try to overcome. Here's Alvin Kamara getting tackled by Rashawn Gary once again. 3rd and 1, play action fake, Brees, sack this time by Rashawn Gary. That's his 2nd sack of the day. And just a disappointing day for this New Orleans offense. And just for an amazing day for this Packers defense. Mike Pettin and crew have to be proud of the defense. And this one, Rashawn Gary, this is his definitely coming out party. And then another field goal attempt for Lutz, and this one is worse than his last one. Mason Crosby actually missed the field goal as well in this game. It was just a tough day kicking. And then here's Valdez-Scantling getting the football. Another nice catch from him. Rodgers before the end of the third quarter. Packers actually held scoreless in this quarter. Just more reasons why the Saints have to hate that start. 1st and 10, fourth quarter, Rodgers rolling to his right, just flick of the wrist, and then there is Big Bob Tonyan in the end zone for 6, as the Packers now make this 48-14. Extra point would be good, make it 49-14, and that was pretty much your dagger right there. Then here's Alvin Kamara, though. He's still fighting, and this was a really nice run from Kamara as he dragged a few Packers into the end zone with him. And you can definitely see the frustration on his face even with that score. 21-49 after the Saints get the ball back. Drew Brees gets acquainted with Kenny Clark as Kenny Clark gets a sack, as he has definitely turned out to be an amazing pick by Ted Thompson, former GM of this team, as he finds his way to Brees again. 3rd and 25. Brees, feeling the pressure, just throws this one out of bounds. And the Saints would just end up punting after that. You have to wonder, is that the final throw of Drew Brees' career? As the Saints are done in the playoffs, they lose to the Packers 49-21. And that is just a disappointing game for the New Orleans Saints. And you just have to wonder, that first half just sunk them. I mean, there's no other way to put it. Drew Brees had an amazing game, 29 for 35, 312 yards, 2 touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers, 19 of 21, 307 yards, and 3 touchdown passes for him. LeGarrette Blount had 2 rushing touchdowns. Kamara had a rushing touchdown, 12 carries for 55 yards. Aaron Rodgers, a rushing touchdown, and Dexter Williams, a rushing touchdown. LeGarrette Blount, 23 carries for 90 yards. Great day by him. And Jamal Williams should be good to go next week versus either the Seahawks or Cowboys. Tre'Quan Smith, really the one bright spot for the Saints in the receiving game outside of Jared Cook. 7 receptions, 68 yards, 1 touchdown. Jared Cook, 6 receptions, 50-plus yards, and a touchdown. And the Packers, Devontae Adams, 6 receptions, 64 yards, 1 touchdown. Geronimo Allison, 4 receptions, 74 yards, and a touchdown. And Robert Tonyan, 1 receptions for 28 yards and a touchdown. The Packers will await the results of the Seahawks and Cowboys. Either way, the NFC Championship game will be coming to Lambeau.